Good morning. This is Wreck-It Ryan here. We're here on one of our demos that we're doing. I'm looking for my man Sean. I haven't seen him. Wonder where he went. Oh crap!
Whoa!
There he is.
We're starting a new project. This is going to be, we're going to call this the Cove Kennel because the homeowner has 5 puppies. And so I imagine that throughout the filming of this project, you're going to hear some dogs barking in the background. We have them outside, but they're still barking. So I put both the AirPods in, so maybe that'll help keep the barking from coming through on the video. I don't know. But this is a kitchen remodel, and it's going to be pretty cool. This kitchen is nice size, but she wanted a big island, and so we got to get rid of the peninsula, and then we're going to take this wall right here that is a bearing wall and move it that way about 3 feet. And so we can have a big island here. Her island will probably be about 5 feet by 6 or 7 feet long. So it's going to be a nice big island. We have this space right here that we're really not sure what we're going to be dealing with right here. Um, but we want to try and get rid of it. We'll have to keep a portion of the wall, but there's a couple electrical panels right below it. So we don't really know what's going on right here because it's kind of a big square space. So we won't know until we start demo to see what was in there and what we can do or not do with this space. We're also going to be adding on the other side of the fridge, we're going to take out this pantry and add double ovens right here and possibly the microwave too. She's still deciding whether or not she wants to do a microwave over the cooktop. This will just be a cooktop now instead of a range. And so she'd kind of like one of those decorative cabinets with a vent built into it. And so we're still working on deciding that. But otherwise, we're going to tear all this out. We see this a lot in older homes. We call this a soffit. And, it's just something that they used to do. But we tear them out on almost every kitchen that we do. If you recall Grandpa's house that we just finished, we had to tear out these soffits as well. So we're going to get rid of all this, and it basically goes all the way around the whole kitchen. So we'll get rid of that. So she's keeping a couple of her appliances. She's got a nice new fridge. She's going to keep that. She's got a nice new dishwasher. She'll keep that, but then she'll get other appliances. The total cost of this project is going to be about $61,000. That includes a powder room and a mudroom area, which I'll show you in a few minutes. But she gets her own appliances. I don't usually include appliances in my estimate. And from a time standpoint, it's probably going to take about 3 months or so. And so probably end of March is about when we'll be done. But as you see, as we walk through here, it's Christmas time. You'll see a Christmas tree and stuff like that that I'll show you. But let's go back here in this room. You can just see from where you're at. We're going to tear those cabinets out and redo those cabinets. And then this wall that's getting moved is going to facilitate making a couple of changes in the front room or living room. So this is a dining room. The only thing we're really doing in here is replacing those cabinets. She's going to get all new carpet. But here in the living room, we're going to be, this is the wall that we're moving. So that wall is going to come over about 3 feet or so. So that's going to kind of encroach on this opening a little bit. So we're going to redo this opening and make it about a foot narrower. And then the opening where the video is coming from right now is going to also shrink down to about a 3-foot opening itself. And then another thing that we're going to be doing is replacing the front door. So we're going to put a new front door on. And then if you look up here, all of the railings we're going to redo. All the railings are going to be alder box newels and wrought iron balusters and alder handrail. So all the railing you see is going to all be replaced. And then she's going to get new carpet. She has a relative that does carpet, so they'll be doing the carpet for her. But we're going to also refinish this floor. This is a nice oak floor, and it will be refinished. We're also going to have to add some new floor in to where we move the wall. So anyways, we're excited to get this project started. The guys are going to be in here in a couple days to start doing all the demo and getting everything tore out so we can start putting everything back together. I'm excited to show you this project as we move through the different stages of it and show you how we can transform this kitchen for this homeowner. We're also, during this kitchen remodel, we're going to redo the mudroom and the powder bath that's off the family room. So basically, all we're doing in this space right here is taking out all the tile and putting in more of the flooring like she just had done in the family room right here. So we're going to continue that flooring into the mudroom, put new baseboard in, and then we're going to redo her powder bath. So in the powder bath, we're just redoing everything, new vanity cabinet and painting the walls, get rid of the wallpaper, new vanity light, new toilet, and the laminate's going to come into the bathroom here because laminate, a lot of it anymore is water resistant or even waterproof, and so we're going to go ahead and run that in here as well. So we'll kind of keep you posted on that. This finish that's on the walls, if you want to get a little close up of that, this is what they call a faux finish, and it's done with a rag and a couple of colors. And it used to be really popular 15, 20 years ago. I did a ton of it on a lot of the new homes I built, but it's kind of going out of style. Everybody wants more cleaner, whiter lines and stuff like that. So we'll be repainting in here. So when we took this all apart, we found that they have the truss joists up there. But one thing that I've never seen before is they're 2 feet on center. Most of the time they're usually 16 to 19 inches on center, and these are 24 inches on center. So I've got to talk to the engineer and see if that changes anything, because those joists span from the front of the house to the back of the house. And so maybe we don't need a beam. I don't know. We're going to find out. Hopefully we can get by without having to do a beam. All this duct work that you see here, we're going to abandon because she actually had another furnace installed for the upstairs, and all this duct work is for upstairs stuff. She has a whole new furnace in her attic, and so we're going to be able to get rid of all this duct work. We've got a couple things we found that we have to move. We've got to move the vacuum line here, and there's quite a bit of wiring that we're going to have to reroute to get this wall out of the way. But other than that, it's going pretty good. We still have the tile to tear off the wall here. This is where the microwave was vented. So and we're going to put a new vent in that's going to have a microwave or a fan in it. The microwave is going to go above the double ovens. But anyways, it's looking good. We're getting it all tore out. We got a little bit more demo to do, and then we're ready to start putting stuff back together. So we got rid of the wall that was right here where I'm standing. And you probably saw in the last video, we had a temporary wall over here, and then this is the new wall. We moved the wall about 3 feet, and this wall was a bearing wall. And so we had to put a beam in. If you look up here, we had to put a 4-ply LVL in up here, and we made it what we call blind, which means we installed it up into the floor joists. The floor joists originally went all the way through, but we were able to put it up in the ceiling, and so it doesn't hang down below the ceiling. And so now the space is really cool, and this kitchen looks so much more open and bigger now that we've done that. We had to deal with a few things. When we tore out this wall that was here, we found a hot and cold went up through that wall to the master bathroom. And so we had to reroute the plumbing, go into the floor and reroute the plumbing up and back over. Because you can't go through this beam with plumbing or really even electrical. There's a few ways you can go through with electrical, but so we had to redo all that. This had to be moved. This was over here. You can see a little hole on the floor, so we had to move this. This is a central vacuum line. And so whenever we're doing stuff like this, we always have all these different issues that we have to deal with. This was a big chase right here, and there was a big trunk line that went up
to the upstairs. And we were able to get rid of it because a while ago, the homeowner had added another furnace for the upstairs. And so all the ductwork that was in this area that was going to the upstairs, we were able to abandon it. I can see that pipe that we cut off right there. And there was a trunk line that went all the way across where this wall was. You can see right here, see the trunk line was like right here. And we were able to get rid of it, and those vents aren't being used anymore that you see up there. And so, fortunate, we could have never done this if she had to put the attic furnace in a little while ago. And so, anyways, it's going to be awesome because we've expanded the size of her kitchen. She's going to have a really nice big island now because of it. And I'm excited. A couple other things I want to show you. Whenever you take a wall out, we had to deal with the plumbing, we had to deal with the ductwork, but also all the wiring. If you watch some of my other videos, I always have fun with the wall-less wiring. We had wiring coming up here from everywhere. And so the only way we could deal with it is we had to put a junction box in. So we put this in, and you can see all these wires that are in here. And so we had to reroute the wires that were going up into the wall into here, and then take the wires that were going from up the ceiling down to here because they weren't long enough to do everything we needed to do. So that means you have to splice them together, and you have to do a electrical splice in an electrical box or a junction box, and you have to have access to it all the time. So you can't cover it up. So there's going to be cabinets right here, and we'll be cutting a hole in the cabinet, and then this lid will go onto the panel at that point. But whenever you do a bunch of junctions of wires, you can't just bury them in the ceiling. That's against code and it's dangerous. They should always be in a box of some kind. Another thing that we had to deal with is that I had told the homeowner that we would have this stud right about here, and somehow I didn't get that communicated to my guys, and they put it right here. And then we wound up putting the new switches right here. And when she came and told me, I had to move the switch over to here, and holy smokes, that was hard. It took me almost all day, my electrician and I, because the wires weren't long enough to get it over here, and then we put it all together, and the lights stayed on and wouldn't come off. It was just one of those days that I'm not sure why I volunteered to help the electrician. Anyways, we'll keep you posted on the next stage of this project.
So this project's been moving pretty quick, and so I wanted to show you a quick update of what we've accomplished so far. So to begin with, look down here, you can see this is a floor sander, and we're in the process of sanding all the floors to get them ready for a new finish. And she wants to go with a darker stain finish, which will be pretty cool. This opening right here to the living room, we've made it about 2 feet narrower. And I wanted to show you something that's interesting. The sheetrock guy is done, but you might be wondering, well, why don't we have sheetrock here? This right here is sheetrock. And then you see the casing that's right here. This is what I like to call a poor man's jam and casing, because what they've done is that they just sheetrocked and then they put some casing on, so the jam is sheetrock. We're actually going to probably take the sheetrock off, and we'll do actual wood jams and then case them, so it'll look really nice, and so it'll be awesome. Let's go over here into the kitchen, but first we took out some of the railing. We're replacing all the railing, but I didn't take it all out because I didn't want to leave that as a place where someone could fall off while we're waiting for the railing to get done. So we took off this railing so that we could get it off the floor, and then you can see we're in the process of refinishing all the floor. Over here is where we had to add new floor in. So from about here over is all new floor that we've done. And then this wall used to be right here, and we moved it over there. And if you remember, we had that beam up in the ceiling that we were able to get out of the way so you don't see it there. So look how much bigger this kitchen looks. It's so amazing, so awesome. I'm going to have Jessica pan over this way, and you'll kind of see why we call this the kennel house. We've got 5 dogs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they're all just kind of hanging out here. The homeowner had to put this fencing up to keep them out of the way while she's at work. And Some of that dust is ours, but they also track in a lot of stuff. Remember, there used to be railing right here, and we got rid of that. We're going to put new railing right here. So we're going to be redoing the railing. We've added all the can lights in the ceiling, took care of all the wiring that needed to be done with that wall being moved. So as soon as they get done with this floor, they're going to put one coat of, well, they're going to stain it, then they'll put one coat of sanding sealer, and then they'll put a coat of finish on it, and then we'll cover it, and then we'll install cabinets before we paint. I always like to install my cabinets before we paint. That way, one of the main reasons is so that after the cabinets are installed, we can order countertops, and those can be being fabricated while we're finishing up and getting ready for the countertops. And so once cabinets are installed, we'll order the countertops, and then we'll start painting and installing railing and all of that stuff. So pretty exciting. We're getting close. So we're moving right along here at the kennel house. We've got all the doors on for the island, so you can see the island's a different color than the rest of the cabinets. And then you can see we've got all the hardware on the cabinets as well. It's looking really good. So we're finished. The kitchen's ready for countertops and for paint and all that stuff. So we're really getting close. If you look back in here, you can see we added those china cabinets back there in this formal dining room. My customer has a lot of stuff. She has no place to put everything. So hopefully all her big new kitchen and everything helps her have a place to store everything. The other thing that I wanted to show you is we got the railings done. So we did an alder handrail and alder newel posts, and then these are wrought iron balusters. So we did this, and then if you come over here, we did the whole stairway going up to the upstairs. Before, the railing came up here, and then it curved over and went over to here. So it actually came here and then went across and tied in right here, which is really hard because if you're bringing something bigger upstairs, you couldn't take the railing off. So what we did is we moved the railing to this side for the upper part of the stairs, and then this acts and works for the lower stairs for code. But if you step back this way, Jess, you can get a good view of the whole railing that we did. So we got to put some new base and some casing on, and then we're ready to paint. So hopefully, probably the next update will be after paint. We're all done. We have finished the kennel house kitchen remodel, and I think it turned out really great. Homeowner's super happy. So let's kind of just show you kind of what we did and how everything looks. It's still a little bit dirty. My cleaning lady's here. She's actually standing off camera while we're doing this video because my videographer, the person taking the picture right now, is going to be out of commission this weekend, and so we thought we'd just jump in here and get the video done real quick. So anyways, let's look at this wall first. This is pretty cool. So the original wall of the kitchen used to be right here, and so we moved it that way about 3 or 3.5 feet, and so we got all of this, not only this new wall, but the new space. So the island is really big. If you remember, it just had a peninsula here before. And so we got the new double ovens, which she wanted, and then we have a really nice cooktop, a new dishwasher, and new microwave, my favorite microwave. And it just turned out really great. And one of the nice things about this kitchen, it's not white. We've been doing so many white kitchens, so this is kind of refreshing to see a kitchen that's not white. This is alder and snotty alder, so you can still see some of the knots and stuff in it, but it's got a darker stain on it. It looks great. And then let's see, hopefully I hit the right switch here. Yeah, we got the under cabinet lights on, and this is one of those faucets where it's motion thing, maybe. Now it's not working. I couldn't get it to not come on when I'd walk by it, but anyways, it's a motion activated. And so I think this kitchen turned out really nice. If you remember here in the dining room, there was a counter space right here with some cupboards above, and we've kind of turned it into a built-in china cabinet. The homeowner's taking care of the carpet, so we don't have carpet and stuff. But if you look over here, they're getting ready. There's all the carpet pad right there. So she has a relative that does carpet, so she wanted to just take care of the carpet herself, and it's not a problem. So, anyways, let's go over here and just look at the railing again. I think we looked at it a little bit earlier, but we got all new railing in, and this is so much nicer than what she had. And then we replaced the front door. It's got a really cool piece of glass in it. If you look at the front door. So again, my cleaning lady's not quite done yet, so the stickers haven't been taken off yet. So also, if you remember, we remodeled the powder bath off the garage here in the family room. So let's go take a look at that real quick. So bathrooms are really hard to video if you have ever tried to video a bathroom. There's not a lot of room to work with, and my camera person is kind of shy and doesn't want to be seen in the mirror. So anyways, this is the powder bath. We did a whole new vanity. The sink was off-centered before, and now we've centered the sink. And we added, this flooring is a water-resistant laminate flooring. And it was what was in the family room, so we just kind of added to it. So if you come this way, you can see we have a little patch that we had to get started. So we'll have to come back and paint that. We had to move the light fixture a little bit to get it centered. And this was just kind of a mudroom area, and we repainted all of that. And then we put all new baseboard and all new flooring right out here. So all in all, I think it turned out pretty nice. We really appreciate you taking the time to watch our video and watch us transform this kitchen from what it was to this beautiful, spacious kitchen that it is now. Thanks for taking the time. If you liked what you saw and want to watch more of our videos, if you'll subscribe and then hit that little bell button, then we'll be able to notify you whenever we post a new video, because we're doing them all the time. And also, don't forget to hit the like button. We'd sure appreciate that. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.